Back here with continuing coverage of the Millions Europe 25K Super High Roller in Razvadov, Czech Republic. We have our final table. 9 players. Our chip leader is Tom Vogelsang. More than 11.2 million in chips. He has done well since we last saw him at our feature table. Michael Zhang has done well at the feature table. Almost 7.4 million in chips. And there is our chip leader, Tom Vogelsang, looking for the biggest score of his poker career.
Let him kill
Zhang raises an early position
Good luck, bigger
with
stack.
7s.
Always.
Vogelsang calls in the hijack with the 6s. Bicknell calls in the big blind with the ace deuce. Oh, the flop comes ace, ace 7. Trips for Bicknell, but a full house for Michael Zhang.
And the good luck bigger stack holds here.
Yeah. Zhang is going to fire here. Bicknell just calls.
Oh
and
my
turns
God.
Quads.
Tough for Kristen to get any more chips.
Right,
though,
right.
Really, he's like, okay, I have most of the 7s.
He will bet
What does
small.
she have?
175K. She comes in for the raise now with the quads.
And check raising quads may seem a bit strange, but she's out of position and she's going to have a hard time getting any more money in on the river.
Figure she'd try to get some here. Pretty quick fold from Zhang. Queens for Ole Shemion on the button with 18 bigs. All those chips go in the middle.
And I wouldn't be super excited about it as Kristen, but I wouldn't be able to fold my hands.
She will make the call and was not super excited about it. Comes King 10-8.
Oh.
Jack's not a good call.
Wrong color,
comes
though.
on the
Not
true,
really a
true,
good
but
sweat.
still, in the moment we weren't thinking colors. Kristen Bicknell find the 9 on the river to bust Ole Shemion. It's the 4 of hearts. Safe run out for Shemion and the full double up. So Zhang opens with the ace 8 of spades. Shemion behind him with the ace king of diamonds and just calls. Chun Tong Xiao with 7s on the button. Makes the call.
In the pot.
Going to bet here with the ace king of diamonds, but it's 260,000.
And he's flatting that under the gun raise. He should have hands like jacks, 10s,
True.
9s, 8s. Should be hitting this board pretty hard. Don't really expect him to have his exact holding here. I'd be surprised.
And Zhang folds. Well played by Shemion there. Shemion and Pua both call. Zhang's open. Again, earlier in the day, the celebration for Tony G's Triton short deck win included him spraying champagne absolutely everywhere.
Feeding it directly into the chip shuffler, the card shuffler, which
has made a lot of noise since.
Yeah, it's been buzzing and it's produced cooler after cooler basically all day.
Check. Check.
Checks all the way around. Can somebody find something? Yes. Both Pua and Shemion, river a king. Checks around to him. That's 335,000.
I'm happy if I'm Paul Pua here to call that. It seems like a bluff. No one showed much interest in this pot. And I expect Ola to stab at this.
Oh.
He will pay off. Shemion.
Kicker problem.
35.
Kicker problem indeed.
冇分錢啊
Big one with ace king.
I guess I was.
There's the all-in for about 15 big blinds.
Oh.
Jacks for Michael Zhang in the cutoff.
Wow, what's that?
I don't know.
Trophy?
Get your name inscribed in it. Maybe every year. I don't know.
Main event, I think.
He's going to choose to isolate. He will shove. Oh, seen a couple aces hit them up.
And a king.
And a king hit them up.
All she needs is one out. We've seen this
That
before,
is
so
true.
it's okay. But yeah, not exactly what you want to see if you're a Kristen fan right now.
Yeah, at the moment.
2/3 of her outs just hitting them up.
She's in a little bit more trouble than it looks.
Please.
Finds the ace, no
the
problem.
last one.
The last ace in the deck is hers. It is a 5. The double up for Kristen Bicknell.
I think 6 like this. 6 no.
She was just ravaging that WPT cash game on TV the other
Yeah.
day and just being like, I'm just so lucky. I'm like, shut
Right,
up.
yeah. That's what it is. Turn is the 6. 6s and 4s for Burns.
A little bit to worry about just because, you know, Ola is going to be opening such a wide range on the button. He could definitely have a 3.
Cool shot, taking a look at Shemion through Burns' glasses. River is the ace. Ace is no good for Ola Shemion.
Probably would throw out something like 450. Just knowing that it's really hard to bluff the big blind off this hand. Ola would really have to have a 3 if he was trying to get you to fold.
Pretty close, 355. Does look for some value after the ace rolls off on the river. Does get it. Snap call from Shemion with the aces. Here's a look at our payouts. 60K for 6th, 85,000 euros for 5th, 112,500 euros for 4th, 160K for 3rd. Our runner-up takes home 230,000 euros. Our champ, 350,000 euros and a beautiful trophy. Oh, sorry, blinds do not fold. Kristen Bicknell in the big blind makes the call with the 8-6.
You saw the 2 8s and you were like, fold,
Yeah,
Kristen.
like, right. Yeah, you're dominated, just fold.
If there is a double bust out,
Does flop a two-way straight draw.
8th place finisher need to be on the photo?
I think.
That's a great question.
checked over to
Flop
Vogelsang.
for 9, King Jack and Jack
Middle
eight.
pyramid gut shot. Checked all the way around. 9 rolls off on the turn.
Was that Goose who asked that? It had to
Yes,
be, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's a good troll.
Now it's tough.
Checked around the Pua again. Checked through to the river. The river is the 8.
The last 8.
8's full for Paul Pua.
I don't want to.
Don't think he'll be checking this time. If it checks around to him again.
It was big, just hoping that a jack somehow checked this all the way to him.
Thank you.
2 folds. Paul Pua takes down the pot.
Where's that?
Man checks back.
I mean,
But deer flops trips.
買最多係同埋個
5.4.
Oh, really? I was expecting more. Okay.
I mean,
Now you-
the scale
you
for
sold it
pizza
before,
is
and now
pretty.
it's-
I mean, like for
Yeah.
a place like that, I would say that the maximum would be like a 6.5, and
Okay.
it's like
It's approaching that.
close to. I mean, it's
Tough judge.
way over expectations for that place.
Okay.
I'm just also enjoying how specific.
wanna have
When
a
you're like,
proper
out of
pizza in
10,
Italy, like, okay,
5.4.
yeah, from here.
Its ceiling is 6.5.
And then I
How
thought
does he max
about it,
out
like,
at the 6.5?
okay,
That part I don't
American
understand.
Pizzas are different.
Shemmy
Their
on
style
turns
might-
with flush
scale
draw.
might look very different because
That's
whatever
very
they sell you at pizza, there I can't eat it.
Crust,
Yeah,
crispy.
the Naples style, like where you just put it in the right.
Another bet, another call. River card, another queen. 10's full. But dear.
Hates to see it.
No, he does not. Good check back. Shemian looks down at 2 4s in the small blind. After the open from Chuntong Xiao.
Oh no.
The shove from Shemian, the snap call from Chuntong Xiao with the kings. Buck comes queen, 8-5. Turn card, 3. Find one? No, it's the queen on the river. That will
Nice
do
play,
it.
Oli.
Oh, Shemian
Cover.
out in 9th place. That does
Maybe
mean
some left.
Oh, okay.
we are down to our final 8.
Let's
Take a quick look at the leaderboard. Vogelsang on top, but again, this is anybody's tournament to win. A tightly packed leaderboard. Who makes the money? Who wins? Millions. Europe. Super. High roller. We will sound timer. Makes it 320,000 with the ace-jack. Goose. Almost $14 million in lifetime earnings. So he skipped out on the series in June. Did come in July to fire the main and a couple high rollers. Did cash in the 50K and the 100K. Chuntong Xiao also with an ace. And a backdoor hearts draw. Sound timer continues for 225,000. Xiao makes the call. Turn card aces or 6 of spades. Sound timer 2.8 million behind.
Chuntong Xiao was something to think about, but 7 Sondheim raised under the gun 1, and this just smashes his early position raising range. Can't feel too great about your ace deuce, and he does let it go.
Good for him to come to a relatively quick fold.
Michael with under 20 big blinds still is going to let one of those precious blinds into the middle with the 8-7 off. Hand's just too good and has some potential.
Vogelsang's 10 still best. Checks around. $600K. Protecting his tens a little bit.
Yep. This is a tough decision. He's getting 3-1, but his chips are so important right now, just trying to stay afloat. Don't want to be the shortest stack. Only 2 people to go before the money.
Knows he could be put in a tough spot on the river. He is going to make the call. 2.4 million in the pot. Oh, he could just river an 8 too.
Wow.
I don't think we mentioned that part of it. Rivers trips. Vogel saying, we'll see the bad news.
That means you got there.
The very guilty giggle,
Yeah.
Michael.
The ashamed giggle.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
How did that one feel?
Oh, good. Made life hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Hey, je hebt je kleren terug. Ja.
430. 430.
430.
Those threes make the call. Ooh, the turn is an 8. Fills that straight draw for Michael Zhang. 3 clubs on the board. Burns does have the 3 of clubs. Zhang checks. $715K from Burns on the button. Zhang check calls. 4 hearts on the river.
I think Kyle Burns is thinking he needs to make a 1 pair hand fold.
Everything but that.
All in.
Not all in.
He says
Everything but 5. Can I have a count?
he says everything but that, and leaves 1 chip behind, or at least that's what he meant to do. Dealer announced all in. He is not all in. Put a stack of chips out.
Yeah,
Said
that was
everything but that,
very
but I don't
odd.
know what that quote unquote was.
300. 3,575.
He makes the call.
Go. Showdown.
Zhang does make the call.
Just don't expect Michael to
That's
have
not all in.
10-7 suited
His
there.
straight is good.
Yeah, everything but the 5.
Just putting in the pot. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to go.
He'll leave his
Yeah,
1
let's go.
purple 5K chip
I
behind.
have like 3.4.
The shot from Kyle Burns with the king 8.
That's pretty good fucking odds.
Yeah,
you
you'll
get the
love
200.
one,
You got the 40x. That's insane.
Over 40.
Yeah, over 40x.
Yeah, good value in this shove, to your point, Jamie, with the big blind ante in play.
Sure.
Burns eligible for the main pot. 885K on the side. Comes King Jack 10. Pretty good for Cal Burns. Not a bad one for Michael Zhang. It's the open-ended straight draw.
Queen
That's
high.
300K.
So I didn't like that.
He does not get one. You never know.
Rake back. There's your rake back. There's your rake back.
From 5K to 220K, and that is why you keep 1 chip behind.
Wow, you actually are entitled to all of it?
I think so,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. You're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked.
It's a little stupid
I
that
mean,
they really like don't graze off the 5 so that
I gave the little 15-second moan before finally calling.
usually they make it like
I'm not folding.
Yeah,
it's
because
not
that's
like-
that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
it's still crazy with the 25, but
Yeah.
it's something at least.
Wow.
exactly.
Because he just said pata. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, you get kings in the main, you forget about everything else. Just
Oh,
trying to get your chips in.
I do not fault that guy. I mean, such pressure.
Jack 9 deuce. Safe flop for Burns. 7 comes in on the turn.
5K to $1 million.
Is the deuce on the river. From
Every time you
5K
have a short
to
stack, you
900,
always-
40K.
The only time you can bust
Cal
is if you have a
Burns.
medium stack. Every time you've had short, you've always doubled. Yeah, you can shower, but you,
Yeah,
can't,
it is.
you don't shower when you have nothing.
Almost 5 big blinds now for Burns.
It's not dust anymore. 5 was dust. You've still got 2 free hands as well.
He's got about a little under 5 big blinds. Which you have fold equity against the blinds with that. He's got a prayer.
Bicknell looks down at the Jack-10 of hearts. Will shove on the button with her 11 big blinds. Stefan Sontheimer has the ace-10 in the small blind. Asks for a count. There's the reshove from Sontheimer. Here we go. Bicknell's Jack-10 of hearts against Sontheimer's ace-10.
Experience domination that bad.
Does come with a 10. All clubs on the board. Backdoor outs to a chop. For now, Kristen Bicknell needs a jack. It's a 9 of clubs. So there are those chop
Jack
outs.
of clubs, at least, if it's a club. Makes me feel good in a way, too.
Yeah.
She find a jack or a club? No.
Good luck.
It's the 4 of hearts on the river, and that will do it for Kristen Bicknell.
I threw my 200 in the middle before you made a call.
Follows up the 100K Triton Super High Roller cash with the final table.
Oh, I didn't.
But it does not result in making the money. The all-in and the call.
Kings.
Kick that.
Stupid
Do the attack
game.
on you. Do the attack on you with the kicks.
Michael Zhang is 5 really big fans of his at this table.
I don't know you well enough yet.
And he does see a king in the window. Turn card is the 8.
Queen of club.
Black picture.
We are. It's a 3 on the river.
It's almost an epic spin up by Carl Burns. And then he gets it in really good to get back in the tournament. Poker is so cool.
A valiant effort.
Again, always, Paul, always.
Up from 5K to almost $1 million.
Always Paul.
Then
I'll see your heads up, Paul.
and has been eliminated on the bubble in 7th place. Everybody is in the money. There's a look at our payouts for this Party Poker Live Millions Europe Super High Roller. All right, let's see what we got. Chip counts wise for our final 6 of the Millions Europe Super High Roller. See Michael Zhang, top of the list, left of this list. Tom Vogelsang, so Adam Badir, some more stacks, Paul Pua, Stefan Sontheimer, our short stack is Juntong Xiao. Again, if you missed it at the beginning of the day, it was Tony G taking down the Triton short deck title. Spraying champagne everywhere over the table into the shuffle machine.
Also on people who are probably like, man, I was gonna just go play the main. Now I have to go shower.
Four.
He was flipping.
Flipping. My pay too small.
Pair 4.
Say 5.
Pair 5.
Pay 6 coin.
How much was the gym?
3.4, I think.
He said a pair of 5s. If I had a pair of 6s, I'd call.
I think so, yeah. That's Jamie running the graphics as she commentates.
They're smart. They don't let me touch technology at
Smart,
all.
very smart. So that looks really cool, and I think you just messed it up. Who calls on the button with the A7 of diamonds. Sontheimer looks down at a couple 5s in the big blind. The shove from Sontheimer.
3.75, maybe like.
Touch more.
Four.
What a regen spot.
Water regions.
Yeah, you picked up a lot of dead money there.
Oh no! Pocket 5.
No, I don't think so.
We show 1-5.
Nah.
You see
The
hand
shove
where
from
you let the
Vogelsang
king
on the
seven
button
deuce?
with the ace-jack.
No, not yet.
Ooh, Chuntong Xiao looks down at the ace-10 of diamonds in the big blind.
I could see
He
that
does
in-
make
yeah,
the
yeah,
call. He is in pretty bad shape here.
It kind of makes you dizzy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Like
He's probably
too
a
close.
little too, yeah, a little too close to that screen. We have a perfect view of it. Another king, some chop outs now. Would chop with a 3 or a 5. Would win outright with a 10. Anything else would eliminate him. River card is the 7. That will do it for Chuntong Xiao. His second cash of the day.
That's not so bad.
He cashed in the 25K Triton short deck earlier for $61,000.
I mean, you played that bubble awfully.
61,000
but
euros.
Mm-hmm.
And he cashes here, out in 6th for 60,000 euros. So a nice day at the office for Chuntong Xiao.
No, whatever's working out for you.
Did someone mic up a growling dog?
4 now to start.
4.25.
Sound timer limps in on the button. We've seen plenty of this week.
Check.
10-6-4, 2 diamonds. But Deer flops a flush draw. Top pair for Sontimer. Checks to him. Does add a gut shot on the turn. Nine of diamonds comes on the river, bringing in the flush for Badir. Top 2 pair for Stefan Sontimer. 1.7 million in the middle. 900K bet, the snap call. Sontimer sees the bad news. Will pay off. It's a lot of Badir.
Pay me now.
I mean,
Tom Vogelsang back in the chip lead with more than 14.2 million. Michael Zhang in second. Badir in third. Paul Pua under 20 big blinds. Stefan Sontimer just over 10 big blinds. Ace 10 of clubs this time.
I won't fold. I'll just tell you right away.
Oh.
Ooh. We'll put that notion to the test. Dramatic.
Oh,
Oh, he looks at an ace first. He hasn't squeezed the other one yet.
I haven't seen him before, but he fits in perfectly for the whole game. He's invited.
Let you bust him. Sorry.
Says I'll let you bust him.
I think I still got a call.
Oh, sorry. You're still.
Sontimer wasn't
It's okay. He's still.
technically on. He's still calling. No, he saw that ace.
It's to the.
Is it so? Why not call?
I see it.
I see him.
That's the reason, yeah.
Yep.
Why don't you just make a fold and
Yeah.
I understand that. ICM's the second, and then what do you do? Is then it's not ICM anymore.
Sontimer in bad shape. Needs to catch up. Here comes King 9-5. Does not help.
Why
Don't
no ace
kill the
king
10 of
for
diamonds for
me?
The suspense.
There's a jack. Just changes his
Tells you when the
outs.
10 comes.
Now he needs a queen.
I'm fine with that. Come on, hit your queen one time.
River card. is the 9.
GG.
That will do it for Stefan Sontheimer. Out in 5th place, taking home 85,000 euros.
ICM.
Strong effort by Goose.
He's looking at the page of now. Good fold, Paul. Good fold.
ICM.
SEF.
Pua obviously so concerned about that 27,000 euro pay jump.
Just 27K, like nothing. Just winning by folding.
Joking.
I need to remember. Last pause to say.
Zhang opens on the button to 550K with the ace-9. Saad and Badir, 9-8 of diamonds.
Call.
Flops the diamond draw. Checks it to Zhang.
Left 500. Third. Call.
Zhang's bet of 530,000. Called by Badir, who checks again on the turn.
Nice.
Goes check, check. River is the 7 of diamonds. So Adam Badir makes his flush, checks it.
Flush.
Goes check, check. Zhang's like, yeah, flush is going to be good.
I would have expected the flush to bet out, but apparently Michael expected that as well.
Right.
He's showing down the ace high thinking perhaps it's good.
So Adam Badir makes the call. We know he has at least the 10 of clubs. We know Vogelsang has at least the 6 of clubs. And we know that both of them make the call. More than 2.3 million in the middle.
Paul Pua gets to be a bystander here and just hope for some massive cooler action.
For now, we know Badir is flop top pair. We know Tom can't have that beat at this moment unless his other card is a 10. Checks around.
Bet 1.3.
2.9.
Raise 2.9.
Tom going to raise it up to 2.9 million. Could that be an 8 or a 3 ball to go along with his 6? Could it be a 7, 5, 4, 10? Deuce? Badir makes the call. You said it, Jamie. Paul Pua hoping for some massive cooler. Might be there. Jack rolls off on the river.
Bet again.
Vogelsang shoves.
Betting on that 8 now. What about you?
I'm going to lean 8 also.
Or 7 of clubs. We've seen Badir play a wide variety of hands out of the small blind.
Play there.
He's deep in thought here. The river shove from Vogelsang.
No.
Dying
He's
to
going to
see
fold.
that other card.
4-6 good. 6-8 good.
Two.
That is also good.
Nice hand.
So Adam Badir, the ace 10 of clubs in the cutoff.
Raise 700.
700K. Vogelsang has a suited ace of his own. Ace deuce of spades.
Raise again.
The shove from Vogelsang.
Just a great spot to put pressure on a medium stacked opponent with Paul Pua just hanging out with less than 10 big blinds.
ICM.
We'll get the better hand of folds.
No ICM.
Paul Fu has been a blast to watch over these last couple days.
Go for the win. You have more than me. First.
Not an accomplished high roller as far as resume is concerned, but he has certainly proven himself today. There's the shove from Paul Pua with the Jack 10. Around to our chip leader. Looks at 2 4s, makes the call. Here we go.
Okay.
Flop comes 8-5-3. Backdoor clubs for Pua. Backdoor straight draw as well.
Check.
For now needs a jack or a 10. Can Pua find the jack or the 10 to survive? Oh, we cannot.
GG.
9 on the river. He says GG. Good game to Paul Pua.
Another final table. It's on a roll.
Finishes in 4th place. Takes home 112,500 euros. We'll switch dealers. Take a look at our chip counts. There he is at the top. Tom Vogelsang. More than 29 million in chips. Almost 100 big blinds. Some work left to do for Michael Zhang and Saladin Badir. 350K on the line. That's our champion's prize. Saladin Badir peels with the 8-6 off. Backdoor flush draw. Tom Vogelsang. Goes check, check. Turn is another deuce. Vogelsang calls the 1.1 million bet. And rivers the 10.
Tom called knowing that Badir's likely to represent that board because he defended the big blind. That board's really good for him. However, his backup plan.
Yeah, was river a
If the
10.
king high's not good, just river the best hand.
And shoves. Badir led the turn. Vogelsang called.
Not only missed draws, but Tom's playing big stack poker, and he could have had just nothing and no plan,
Yeah,
and still made this play.
We've seen extreme aggression from Vogelsang throughout. Reluctantly finds the fold.
Nice lay down. I think I'm out. Maybe
Very
third
nice
place
laydown.
is
Yeah.
a good place.
Good game, everybody. Yeah, we'll see you
See you in
later.
the main.
Millions Europe super high roller.
He shouldn't have given up that information that he shoves jacks.
True, because he finds them again. This time on the button.
And he limps them
Oh,
now.
he does, just limp. There's the all-in from Badir. Vogelsang is the king-9 of diamonds.
Something to think about here. It's only an 8 big blind shove by Badir.
Asking for a count.
3,175,000.
And if Tom wants to stick in that 3.1 million, he's not going to fold to 7.5 million of Michael. So he may just jam over the top here if he feels his king-9 suited is ahead of Badir's shoving range.
Wow.
He
Does
just lets
make
it
a good
go.
lay down.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Wow. Considering Zhang had been limping so many buttons.
Good read, though.
Fantastic read. Badir in a little bit of trouble. We'll need a king or a queen to survive. It is a queen!
How much is it?
Finds the queen on the end for the stone cold nuts.
I had a king.
And a full double up.
King man suited.
How much is it? 2 million?
Zhang shoves in the small blind with the king queen. And Badir looks down at king 10. Does make the call. Zhang in good shape again. Flop comes 9-9-6. Opens up some chop outs.
Queen spade.
Turn card. 5 of spades. Zhang does have the king of spades. River card 7 of spades. King high flush is good.
4.4.
A double up for Michael Zhang.
4.675.
Well, just to guess, he's getting these chips in the middle with the ace king. Vogelsong with the jack 7 of hearts will make the call. Turn card. It's another queen.
Nice.
It is the 10.
275.
275.
Yeah.
And that is why they pay you the big bucks, Jeff.
Strong play-by-play. And here's an all-in.
It's a good first one.
360.
Cool.
And here's a call.
3,600,000.
Ace in the window. It comes ace 10-6. Turn card is a 9. River card. 5 of diamonds.
3,650,000. 5 million.
He's a little bit behind.
Oh.
Ace 8 for Vogelsong. He calls. He thought he was all in. 10.8 million in the middle. Badir leaving 700K back.
You're going to be on tilt if it comes ace, 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 or 8, 8, 8.
Oh, I think Badir saw the ace 8. As Vogelsong was about to show. Again, thought he was all in. He was not. Has 700K behind.
No, you tricked me.
It would have been disgusting. If you did 4 million, then it's even more disgusting. 5 million's kind of like...
Yeah, I know. I never pay attention.
We've been playing so too fast.
Flop comes 8-6 deuce.
It's a good flop, though.
No.
Oh, wow, you have a top bet.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Badir looking for the king or the
If
10.
anything, it's good for him. I was hoping you'd fold flop.
On and at risk once again.
Well, that'll
And
do
that
it.
will do it.
Again.
Salat and Badir fought valiantly.
Right. Finally play poker.
Out in third place for 160,000 euros.
No, I prefer not to get Zhang,
The
but
biggest score of his career.
shit happens. I'm prepared for the worst. How much do you have?
For the Millions Europe Super High Roller title. Tom Vogelsong in first, 37 million in chips. Michael Zhang with just 5 mil, just 13 bigs.
I have to wait, you know, a little bit. But every time I was like,
Now,
why
if
would I wait?
If everyone's doing it quick, then I do it. If not, then I don't. All in.
Heads up play underway with a shove from Zhang, with a fold from Vogelsong. He does make the call. Here we go. Million Super High Roller title on the line. Falcons King 10-3.
I mean, that's not even good for me.
Turn card 7 of hearts. Is a queen on the river. Full double up for Michael Zhang.
4, 5, 6.
$1.5.
Zhang limps in with the queen 9. Vogelsong makes it 1.5 million with the 5-4 hearts. Comes queen 9-5 with 1 heart. Top 2 pair for Zhang. Bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw for Vogelsong.
Very disappointing sight when you flop top 2 and the pre-flop 3-better just checks to you.
King of hearts on the turn. Flush draw to go along with this pair. 3.5 million in the middle. Zhang with 8.1 million behind.
Excuse me, pre-flop razor is a limp and then a 3x.
1,400,000.
Zhang that's 1.4 million. Vogelsong just calls. River card is the 7. No help to Vogelsong. Zhang rips it in there.
That's something.
Quick fold. Both players flop a jack. Zhang's is better. Vogelsong is backdoor diamonds. Backdoor wheel draw. Zhang with a backdoor Broadway draw. Turn card. Queen of diamonds. Gut shot for Zhang. To go along with his jacks. Flush draw for Vogelsong to go along with his jacks. The river card is a 5. Could do it that way too and make jacks and 5s. After it goes check, check. Vogelsong checks. Bet of 1.4 million from Michael Zhang.
It still is, just got really unlucky that Tom hit a 5 on the river.
Check shove. Uses another time extension.
Michael referencing having the 10 of diamonds in his hand. He's blocking Broadway. The nuts are less likely.
Does eventually lay it down.
4-5?
It was no bluff.
Gonna show a 5.
Okay.
Zhang limps in with the queen jack.
1.75.
Very similar situation to before when Michael limped the queen 9 off and Tom raised to 1.5 million with the 5-4 diamonds.
Comes jack 5 deuce. Both players flop a pair.
$2.8 million.
Pretty small raise as we make our way back.
Well then.
Tom Vogelsong, he shoves. The snap call, and here we go once again.
I have a bad feeling about this one.
We'll need a 7 or a 5. Turn card 10 of diamonds, and Zhang has the jack of diamonds. 4 outs. River card is the 3 of spades. And just like that, Michael Zhang is our new chip leader.
9.25.
9.25. $2-1.
Limps the button with the 9-7 of diamonds.
You're like 14, sorry.
Yeah, like roughly.
Yeah.
Not so good for Vogelsong. He does check.
Michael is 3 for 3 in these situations. Limping a worse hand on the button and Just smashing the flop.
That's 1.4 million. Vogelsong calls. Turn is the Jack of Hearts. Check, check. River card, Jack of Diamonds. Zhang makes his flush. 7.6 million in the middle. Vogelsong checks.
All in.
Shove in the snap fold. Zhang now up to almost 31 million.
And the few pots that he's inflated, he's lost all three of them to just very good hands.
Check, check on this Queen 3-3. Turn King, River, Queen.
Even this small pot that Tom was about to scoop is now chop pot if no one makes a bet.
But Zhang wants to make a bet, and a big one. 3.6 million. Well played, Michael Zhang.
Tom likely not believing that, but you're just getting your money back.
Going for a chop. There is that trophy on the table for the Million Super High Roller. A little bit earlier in the day, we thought it was going to be that massive Millions trophy. We'll save that one for the winner of the main event.
Don't belittle this trophy. This is a very nice
it's just
trophy.
smaller in size, that's all.
So it's 12 million?
Vogelsong shoves with the Queen 10.
Oh, it's fine.
8.5.
It's fine, I'll just call.
Zhang makes the call with the Ace-7. Against Michael Zhang's Ace-7. Flop comes Queen 8-7. 7 was in the window.
Oh, you're getting punished now. You've asked
Vogelsong
for
in
Queen.
good
Should have
shape
asked for
now.
Queen. That's a big mistake.
Zhang looking for the Ace or 7.
Something else than a Queen.
Or backdoor clubs. Turn card. 5 of
Does it help you?
diamonds.
No.
Bye-bye.
Zhang feeling it. Can he find the Ace or the 7 for the win? He can!
Whoa.
Lucky.
GG, man.
Michael Zhang wins
What a
Party Poker Live
comeback.
Millions Super High Rollers in back-to-back years.
Came back from a 6-1 chip deficit.
Was all the way down to 5 million in chips. Now has all 42 million. Taking home 350,000 euros. Vogelsong in second. Badir in third. Hua in fourth. Sondheimer in fifth. Chuntong Xiao in sixth place. Thank you all so much for joining us for our cruise in Rosvedov and Las Vegas. For Jamie Kerstetter, I'm Jeff Platt. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations to Michael Zhang, our Million Super High Roller champion.